What up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over fitness trackers. Yes, might have went overboard a little bit, but it's pretty much going with the point. In today's video, we're going to go over what they really do, how accurate they are, and what really they are best for to help you hit your fitness goals. Let's go ahead, get right into it. First things first, what do they do? So, typical fitness trackers will be going over step count, they'll be going over calorie count, and of course their heart rate monitoring. Even better ones will have an accelerometer, SpO2 sensor, even a GPS built in. And some of them will even have an EKG monitor. And not only that, they'll have an accelerometer so sophisticated that it'll be able to tell which workouts you are doing and start the workout on its own. So some of them are very smart. But getting into that, the accuracy of each one of those things can come into account. Some can be better, some can be worse. Talking about the pedometer for steps. Some of these trackers can overestimate your steps with like go steps, and some of them, they aren't sensitive enough and they kind of underestimate your steps. As far as heart rate monitoring, that is pretty much the most important thing about your fitness band. The majority of them use an optical sensor that looks at the capillaries in your blood vessels to see what the blood flow is all about. And of course, the more expensive ones typically are a little bit more sophisticated so they can hold your heart rate. You even have fitness trackers that check out your electrical impedance of your heart to tell you a little bit more accurately about where your heart rate is. These are typically not the ones more on your wrist, typically more around the chest. There are a couple that are going to be coming out. They're kind of a hybrid of the two, so make sure you are subscribed because as soon as I get my hands on it, I'm going to go right through a review of that. And some other things that these guys are good for: sleep tracking, checking the temperature of your skin, even perspiration levels. I can even see how your body is stressed and give you ideas to help you kind of calm down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get into calorie tracking. So each one of the bands kind of go by a couple of different things that you put in: your age, your weight, and your gender. They all come into effect when they want to calculate your calories, but each one of these companies has their own algorithm to actually count the calories that you are burning. Not only that, pretty much the heart rate is what they go by most, but when you go into different workout modes, the algorithm might change a little bit. If you put walking while you're sitting down, your watch will think, or your fitness tracker will think you're walking, so it will change the calorie algorithm. If you're doing a lot of high intensity stuff and you're doing a lot of wrist flexion, these things are typically put around the wrist. When you are doing that wrist flexion, it can lose your heart rate a little bit. That's why it's best to actually use a band that is a little bit more flexible, because if it's not that flexible, it'll squish your capillaries together, which will make it a lot more difficult to read your heart rate. So at the end of the day, really what I'm trying to say is take each one of these metrics with a grain of salt. These shouldn't be an end-all be-all of how many calories you burned, how many steps you took, but it can be a metric to work from there. Also, with calories burned, people like to use that to eat extra. Remember, we are trying to do our best in our fitness journey. Still try to keep your calories on track and try not to eat a little extra just because you burn more. Talking about that, just because you ate something like a cheat meal doesn't mean you have to work out harder in your next workout. Just take it as is and continue. Believe me, one day will not ruin your fitness journey. What are these fitness trackers good for? So, they are great for sleep tracking actually. With your better bands, they can give you an idea of how well you slept and actually give you some ideas of how to sleep a little better. Recovery is one of the biggest things you want to really focus on when working out. Another thing that I really enjoy about it is it gives you notifications about you sitting down for longer periods of time. Sitting down also is not great for your fitness journey. Getting up, getting a little stretching in, get some water in, it'll give you notifications for that to help you keep a healthy lifestyle. One of the things that isn't talked about as one of the biggest benefits is you're not looking at your phone as much. You can get your notifications on your watch, so you don't have to keep looking at your phone to see if you received that text or missed that call. It'll all go right through your watch, so it'll help with taking less screen time on your phone. What are my recommendations? As you can tell, I have two different wearables. My Whoop, which is more my fitness tracker. Like I said, with wrist flexion, I don't trust my Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 to go through my fitness tracking. Not only that, but this has 7 days of battery life, about 5 days really. and I can sleep with it, so it gives me my sleep tracking and my stress levels throughout the day. I pretty much use this to get my time, looks like a watch, and I'm of course a trainer, and it's going to help me get time throughout my training classes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please smash that like button if you got a lot of good information, and subscribe to the channel. I got fitness tech reviews going over a lot of these fitness bands and pretty much everything you can work out with. And if you have any questions about fitness trackers that you would like, you can go ahead and comment down below. I'll make sure to be in the comments about any questions you may or may not have about what's the best fitness tracker for you. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay positive. I'll see you guys in the next one.